oh no, I missed the party. How about more like, oh yes, I got to cancel plans. For some people, FOMO, or fear of missing out, is their worst nightmare. But for introverts like me, it's something I will never experience, unless it means missing out on snacks in bed. My name's Tony Zarrett, and I'm one of the hosts of the How to Be Cool podcast, along with my co-host and old friend Nick Nanny or Naney. How are we doing it? How do you do it?
Nanny,
and I've known Nick Nanny for years, and he's always trying to get me to go out to these social events. He says, if you don't come, you're going to get FOMO. You'll die of FOMO. No. You know what I say to Nick? I was going to go out tonight, but then I remembered. Couch! And that's my opinion. And welcome to the How to Be Cool podcast.
Well, Tony, not only are you a bad driver, but you're also wrong, because FOMO is the worst thing to happen to modern humans. It's a serious epidemic with no cure. I recently suffered from FOMO when I was in the hospital for 2 weeks because Tony hit me with his car. The pain in my back was bad, and I'm still waiting for Tony to help out with some of these hospital bills. But the pain of missing out on my friend's BattleBots tournament party was even worse.
Well, first of all, can you please stop blaming me for hitting you with my car? Okay, I explained to you what happened. Okay, I was drunk, all right? Can you really blame me for that? When it's like, yeah, it's going to be hard not to hit someone when you're drinking, and now it's my fault? I did a lot of stuff that day when I was drunk. I spilled beer on my shoes. Now we're going to go, oh, we're going to take you to court for that too? Ridiculous. And now you're saying, oh, I'm missing out on fun stuff. Trust me, the hospital is one of the best places you could be, because when you're laid up there, TV and snacks, nurse, I think I broke another bone. That's me in the hospital, Nick.
Being seen at social events is modern currency, and having major FOMO is a social equivalent of being a hobo on a boxcar train. Futurists predict a future is coming where FOMO will be quantified, and missing out on events could mean you can't afford your weekly food cube rations.
Dude, events? Yeah, events are great and all, but have you tried canceling plans? What did I write? Canceling plans is so amazing, okay? Because I'm having a little trouble reading my notes. Canceling plans is better than any event you could go to. You know what I do sometimes? I make plans just so I can cancel them. Yeah, I go, I call the doctor. I go, hey, doctor, I need to make an appointment to come in because I've been coughing up blood, right? Then 1 minute later, I'm going to cancel. Guess what? I have a blood bucket, so I don't need to go to the doctor. So not only did I solve my medical problem, I also got to do my favorite thing, canceling plans.
Tony, you poor, ignorant slut. FOMO, you're suffering from FOMO, and you're in denial of it. And you know what? FOMO can lead to bad behavior, like when you miss out on a party, so you try to have a party by yourself behind the wheel of a vehicle, and you end up running over your podcast co-host while he's trying to learn how to juggle in the middle of the street. This FOMO creates more FOMO, as your podcast co-host will now have to miss out on a juggling competition because he never even learned how to properly juggle.
Okay, I know you're trying to blame me for what happened to you. I'll go into a little more detail with my explanation. Here's the reason why I was drinking and driving, okay? It's because I was trying to save money at the bar, all right? Do you understand? They charge you for drinking at the bar. If you drink out of a bottle that you took from your dad in your car on the way to the bar, you can go to the bar and you can just get water, okay? And second of all, don't do stuff out in front of your home during happy hour. That's when I drink and drive. I tell you that all the time. You're asking for trouble out there. And anyways, before you say, okay, listen, if you're drinking, you drank too much in your car, don't drive, just, take a Uber or something. With what money? I literally spent every dime I had paying the fines when I got my DUI. It doesn't make any sense. And that's why I don't even think I'm going to bother going to hang out at the bar anymore, because I love just staying at home. I never get FOMO. I don't know what you're talking about. But here to sort of solve this once and for all, to debate whether FOMO is worth having or whether it's a waste of time, is an expert on FOMO, Cristian.
Uriostegui.
Uriostegui.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. Of
course.
Nick, sorry to hear about your accident.
Thank you.
And what about the
It's
apology
nice.
for me?
Well, it's
Yeah,
nice
no,
of-
and I'm sorry. It's when is your car all right?
Well, yeah, but what about my bruised ego?
Yeah,
From having
that's
Nick insult me and call me a bad driver.
Yeah, that's a double whammy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. I certainly don't have FOMO for that situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy to be here to talk about FOMO. You know, it's such a powerful force. You know,
It's awful.
I could see it just in this conversation creating so many feelings in you guys. You know.
Yeah.
But I think an important thing to keep in mind is that FOMO is all around us. Like Nick, you might be in the hospital feeling FOMO for people. Having parties, playing baseball games, going to, scuba diving. But there are people out there who have FOMO for you in the hospital.
For
you're
real?
probably in there with business leaders, artists, really cool people who are doing cool things who got injured, and you're hanging out with them.
Yeah. I mean, I will admit there were some interesting things about the hospital. There certainly was a lot of free Jell-O.
Exactly. I actually read an article recently about the inventor of FOMO, and he said that he came up with it when he went to 7 birthday parties in one night, which I kind of hear that, and I'm like, that's not even that many parties,
Yeah.
I feel like I would have major FOMO if I only
yeah.
went to 7 parties.
I mean, at least 10.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to hit.
Yeah, I had to-
absolutely.
I'd have FOMO, I'd have FOMOB, fear of missing out on bed. Because my party,
FOMOB.
is bed and snacks. I had a threesome last night. I just thought of this joke. My bed and snacks.
Wow. That
I
sounds
had a
amazing.
threesome. Because that's,
Oh, it's 2 other things.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, anyway, so you're saying the inventor of FOMO went to 7 birthdays.
He went to 7 birthdays, yeah, which I don't think is enough. But you're actually experiencing a really interesting event as well, being at home. Often I get fear of missing in,
FOME.
Yeah, for me. I go out and I'm at a party having the time of my life, meeting really amazing thought leaders. But then I'll go, I wish I was meditating right now.
Yeah.
And I'm not getting that at this moment.
Right.
And so, and there's actually been a lot of really interesting development in this space where scientists recently discovered that there's actually this thing that's helping create FOMO. It's called Facebook. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I've heard of this. Yeah.
Yeah, it's this kind of new thing.
This is something that old people use.
Yeah, old people discovered it.
It's for young people.
No, it's
for-
for old people.
No, it's for young.
Yeah, we're really unclear on who it's for.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one's really sure yet because
But
it's just been discovered.
Yeah, I saw something on Facebook. Okay, I know what
You're
this
on
is.
it. Wow.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Wow.
I'm on it. And
That's amazing.
basically, I go on there and I go, everybody on there. This isn't something that happened to me, but this is a sort of sentiment I've seen is that you go on Facebook and you go on some of these. I saw this other one. You go on Facebook, you go on Photogram, and you're scrolling through and you're seeing everyone is having parties, and you're going, I don't need to have a party. I'm having a party in bed, and I'm having snacks in bed. I post that on my Facebook. I would if I can't get an account. I got hacked.
Right, you're just viewing.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I sort of think of posts.
No, that's hard. And everyone's susceptible to it. I've gone in there a few times and sort of when I'm in the lab, and I'll see some people will post like an unusual animal friendship, and I go, I'd love to be in this unusual friendship.
Right.
Yeah, and it hurts to not know that I can connect in that way.
Yeah.
Or you'll see a grandson who did really well, and then you go, I'd love to meet that grandson.
I recently saw a video of Pedro Pascal dancing around the streets with AirPods.
That's fantastic.
And, it was incredible, and I felt a twinge of pain. But actually, what it turned out was I was looking at my phone. I was taking a break from learning how to juggle, and the pain was actually Tony's car hitting me.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But I was still able to, as the car was going over, I was able to watch the video. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's a nice break.
You were
Yeah.
hit by my car. My car did not hit you. You were hit by my car. You were in the path of my car. I just don't understand. You need to use the active voice to describe something that was literally unavoidable. But I'm going to do something right now. We talked about Facebook. I was being a little bit facetious earlier when I said I didn't have a Facebook account. I do have one. I'm going to go right now, facebook.com. I'm going to read the first post I see. And
Wow.
maybe we can all decide if it makes us feel FOMO.
I love that.
All right.
Yeah.
And if it's something, really personal or something, I'll skip to the next one. So just it's the first. Okay, here we go. All right. Let's find something. All right, here we go. Josh Gondelman.
Wow.
All right.
I'm already feeling FOMO.
And we
Yeah,
can
he's awesome.
See what he has to say. And
Yeah.
he'd probably be okay with us sharing this because this is a public
He's a
post.
public
and he's a
person.
public
Yeah.
figure.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
totally.
here we go. Josh Gondelman. It is my great pleasure to introduce our new best friend, Maggie the Pug. And it's a picture of him with his new dog. So how are we feeling? FOMO or NOMO?
I'm feeling extreme FOMO.
What's Maggie wearing?
Maggie is the
nude.
dog. The dog. It's a dog.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry.
Right,
Yeah.
but dogs have outfits and costumes.
Well, not. Wait a minute. Let me zoom in.
Yeah.
Enhance.
Yeah.
Maggie does have on a sweater.
It's a harness.
Oh.
It's a harness of some sort.
Oh,
It's
interesting.
It's a harness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm jealous. That's cool, man. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, is Josh smiling or is he frowning?
He's
really hard?
smiling.
He's smiling big
Really?
time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna go ahead and give me FOMO.
Well,
maybe if
yeah.
he was frowning or afraid of the dog, and he's
Right,
like, "Welcome,
yeah.
my scary dog, who I live in fear of." I maybe wouldn't like that.
Yeah.
Because when dogs are scary, it's frightening.
It is frightening. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's two pictures.
Oh wow.
In this, it's what we call a
God.
montage or collage. And one of the pictures, they're outside with the dog. I'm not experiencing FOMO there. Going outside, is there Wi-Fi? That's what I think. The second picture, the dog is kind of looks like in a comfy couch.
This looks like more your atmosphere.
Yes. So I have FOMO because the second picture, the dog is sitting on a comfy couch in front of a TV. So
Yeah.
that's
There's
what
Wi-Fi
I
in
call.
there.
There's
And
Wi-Fi.
also, the
Yeah.
outside, I'm kind of, because the outside is where I famously was hit by Tony's car. So
was hit by.
So
Yeah. Not my
I do, that is an area where I'm trying to avoid it too.
Right.
Trying to get more into tunnels these
Yeah,
days.
that's nice.
Yeah.
If you're outside, you're kind of asking for it.
Yeah.
You should really be in a tunnel or a building.
Exactly. And the second photo with the dog on the bed kind of reminds me of the hospital bed where I was in great pain, sustained from Tony's car.
Yeah, and you kind of want to get back there because it was so nice in the hospital.
Well, yes and no. It's bittersweet,
Right,
Yeah.
totally.
Sort of
Yeah.
like a soldier yearns for battle again. Or
Right.
something like that.
It was fun while you were there, but now that you're gone.
Yeah, and I had all my boys.
You're
and-
thinking, I would love to get back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, everyone's so nice. You're getting fluids. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Free Jello.
Yeah, free Jello. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. The nurse shows you pictures on her iPhone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to read one more post. We'll see if it gives us FOMO. Not a sad one. This one says, 10 years in the Big Apple, baby.
Wow.
What do we
Okay.
think?
Yeah. Okay.
And it's just pictures of someone living their life.
Yeah. Totally.
It's over 16 photos.
16.
Of
It's
living.
16 photos. Wow. There's a lot of opportunities for FOMO in those photos.
Yeah.
But are all the photos of this person maybe sitting in the same chair?
So one seems
No.
to be in,
No, they're all different.
with exposed brick in an apartment, just sort of a selfie.
I'm FOMO for me because it's inside.
Yeah.
Oh, my nightmare. The next one.
No, she's
Oh, no.
she's bartending, or she's shaking two tumblers behind a bar,
Oh my God.
which led Tony to alcohol led Tony to
Right.
run me over
Yeah.
with his car.
Wow. And it's a skill kind of like juggling,
It is. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
which must make
Ow.
you miss.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then a rainbow.
Anyways, so there's here we
Wow.
go. There's a dog and a cat.
Oh my-
Staying at home with Le Puppo and Le Kitty. Yeah, I'm having FOMO.
Oh my God.
And we'll read one more Facebook post to see if it gives us FOMO. Then we're gonna move in. Oh, again, not the sad one. A lot of the Facebook posts, I'm just being honest, this is the second one I've passed by of announcing a death.
Yeah.
So I think
wow.
it's the people on there are getting.
Well,
a little-
sometimes, especially with my spine lately, the pain I've been going through, I do kind of have FOMO for the grave. I kind of, I would like to
Yeah.
be buried and be.
Yeah, it's liberating.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then everyone is sad.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's kind of nice. And
Yeah.
then you get glammed up.
Yeah. Oh, and then that's another type of FOMO too, because I want, I miss out on posts being like, Nick was such a great guy. His podcast was so good.
When he hugged you, you feel held.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that one time he did that riff, I couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah.
I have FOMO for that.
Yeah, I like how much he climbed.
Yeah.
Stuff.
He's
Just climbing.
one arm after the other. I
Yeah.
I
Get
remember.
down from there.
Yeah.
No, ha ha ha. What if I was King Kong? Ha
Yeah.
ha ha.
Used to call him Free Solo.
Yeah. I also think I agree. Yeah, what was the next post?
Yeah, I zoned out because I found that this is the kind of thing people really talk about. I think with with social media, this is a woman who got deliriously happy. There's a heart and a picture. She got engaged. There's a ring on the finger. Now, this is what people say. Social media makes people feel jealous. But when I see this, I go, engaged equals married. Married equals divorce. Divorce equals I lost all my Funko Pops. That's what's going on in my head. What do you guys think when you see these kind of posts? Somebody gets engaged. FOMO? Are you like, I wish I was getting engaged? Or you're like, ugh, not for me.
I mean, I hate to say it. It's a good looking couple. I'm FOMO. I would like to be in this relation. I am in a polycule, and I would like these. I feel like I'm missing out on this couple.
Yeah, you got to add another couple.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just going to
exactly.
leave a
That could be
comment.
nice.
Can I leave a comment? Polycule when? Do you think that would be
I think
considered
that's a good
inappropriate?
idea.
Or
No, I think
this
that'd
is
be
not
nice.
really. This is
Yeah.
someone I met maybe 3 times, in my life.
I think that's the perfect amount to know someone to post that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Because you say, you guys are so nice. Let's make it thrice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's good.
y'all and Tony.
There you go.
Yeah,
All
that
right.
sounds nice
Yeah.
to me. Yeah.
I mean, in the poly community, we always say, the best time to start a polycule was a few months ago. The second best time is today.
That's
so,
beautiful.
Yeah, it's
Actually,
Yeah.
Christian, maybe get a little.
Oh, yeah,
closer.
totally.
It's all right.
Yeah, get
I
it.
just was looking at. I should have. Now we've been going for 19 minutes. I should have looked at the little
know.
waves.
Right.
I mean, it's not a big deal.
I feel like Christian missed out on.
I missed out on the audio levels.
He's
Yeah.
audible, but you know what? Now this
Yeah.
was actually even worse. Me telling him to do that because now I have to go back, cut it in half, and raise the level of
Right.
the earlier ones. But this is
Yeah.
better.
Maybe I get close and I whisper.
And by the way, anyone who didn't get to listen to that conversation about these waves is going to feel FOMO from not
Yeah.
being a listener to our podcast.
Oh,
So
my God.
I think-
it's unrelenting.
I think it's time for a new segment. I'm going to spring on you guys. And Nick, I know I didn't really tell you we were going to do a new segment, but
And we're not doing my segment. That's
well,
correct?
I had to kind of talk to the audience, the audience for the podcast, which is myself, because I edit the sort of video of it, and I saw your segments that you've been doing, and the audience is not enjoying them. Okay, the audience is thinking,
Well, how do you even know that?
well, because I'm the audience. I'm saying this isn't interesting. This is Nick's kind of inner thoughts. The audience wants my new segment that I've come up with called Rant of the Week,
Oh.
and this is where I basically go off on just some of the stuff going on.
Okay.
Like really getting my goat. And
But we're next week. We'll come back to my segment.
yeah, I mean, assuming I can kind of really make this segment happen, I don't want to just go right back to your segment because I want to like really do this for maybe a few
Okay. 'Cause
dozen.
I will remind you
episodes.
that there are legal repercussions for certain events that transpired that I can bring forward based on where this podcast is going. I'm just
Okay, now I think you're trying to blackmail me, and that
No,
brings
not at all.
perfectly in line. That's perfectly in line with the topic of today's rant of the week, and that is child support. Okay, let me get this straight. I'm paying to support a child that I don't get to see.
okay.
So that-
Actually, wait.
Speak
What's
on that.
this? We have our producer is checking in. We just got a notification that our producer, who's in the room with us right now, wants to check in, give us a little update on how we're doing.
Yeah.
So I guess why don't we table that rant for now?
Okay, yeah.
And
This
let's check in with our producer. What's his name again?
Well, the producer's name is, and we'll put this in. I'll put this in later.
Okay.
But this is the producer, and this is a real producer. We definitely have a real producer.
He's
this
very real.
This is not something. When I was saying I was editing the videos, that was one of our comedy skits. This producer, we have a real producer who edits the video. So let's see what the producer thinks.
As the producer, hitting the halfway point of this episode, I've got to say, it's been a blast watching this one unfold. The chemistry between Cristian, Tony, and Nick is firing on all cylinders. Their take on FOMO feels super relatable, and they've managed to keep it thoughtful and hilarious. Tony's drunk driving anecdote had me crying, laughing, classic Tony. The conversation's been flowing naturally, and listeners are in for some gold in the second half. This is shaping up to be one of our best episodes yet.
Cool. The producer thinks we're doing a really good job.
Wow.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Surprise. Yeah.
I love that.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
So
Well,
warm.
Well, I hope he doesn't. It's a good thing he's not rating our driving skills because.
I wish he would, because I am a great driver when I am sober. And that's why I don't understand why you keep getting on my case for driving when under suboptimal conditions.
Well, speaking of case, time to open a case
Of being drunk.
now because oh God.
Oh, man.
We got a new.
I'll get the beer.
We got to move on to our new segment, It's an oldie but a goodie.
Our most popular segment.
Guys Corner. We're in Guys Corner now.
Wow. About time.
This corner is just for guys, and
And,
we're handing out some beers.
Basically, we were just thinking, like, the one thing about podcasts is it's not really, there's no place for men in
Yeah.
podcasts. You know what I
I
mean?
completely agree.
Every time I put on a podcast, there's never any guys doing it. I've never once talked to a guy and heard him say, "Oh, I want to start a podcast." So we thought we'd do Guys Corner, which is sort of
I love that.
let it know that, hey guys, it's okay to podcast. Oh,
Totally.
Like
Guys
that.
can't talk anymore. Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
And this is where. What's this? Oh,
Brewed to be wild. I love that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, brewed to be. Is that a?
I love that. Crazy, crazy
You know what
drink.
it is? I get it. It's a satire of Born to be Wild.
Oh yeah.
What is that?
And that's a song about rocking and partying.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I heard my grandpa talk about that song.
I like
'Cause I'm
that.
pretty young.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I'm feeling crazy. I'm feeling connected to your grandpa as well.
Yeah, he would have loved this. Or he's probably
He's a
probably
guy.
still around.
He's probably. No.
grandpa.
I mean, yeah.
You're a Gen Alpha.
Yeah.
so,
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, we're Gen. So our grandpas are still alive.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're probably doing great.
They're
Yeah.
all veterans of Desert Storm 2.
Yeah,
Wow.
my
That's the
grandpa,
best one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone says it.
my grandpa's 39. All right.
That's
So
amazing.
let's, Chris, has there anything as a guy really gotten on you? Any guy stuff you want to talk about? Scratching your guy area, or you go to the gym with the boys and there's someone squatting in the weight rack, or anything guy stuff?
Yeah,
you
yeah,
wanna
guy
talk
stuff that comes to mind. I mean, FOMO from when people are eating raw.
Yeah.
I want that.
Yeah.
And then when they have unpasteurized milk.
Yeah.
I like those things.
I hate health food. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give me a real food. Don't give me a
Yeah.
health food.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, just let me take a bite of a yak.
Yeah.
Why are we getting the middleman involved?
Yeah, please.
Let's do it natural. I like the hair. I think it's nice.
And that's what I don't understand. They want to ban hunting. How are we going to eat?
Yeah.
What
What am I going to eat?
Where do you go
Yeah.
for this stuff?
What? Oh, but we domesticated animals so you can eat them. Well, what if those animals all run away? Then what are you going to eat?
Literally.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no option.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many. Just one gate's open.
They're all going to run out
All
because they have
gone.
the herd
Also,
mentality.
I'm
Totally.
sick of of these people that tell you what you can eat out of. Like at the hospital,
Yeah.
there was like this big, like triangular like bowl, and I assumed it was for ice cream. I filled it with ice cream, and then the nurse came in. She was like, "No, that's where your poo poo and pee pee go." And it's like, just let me enjoy my ice cream in here. I
let
hate
people enjoy things.
let people enjoy
Yeah.
ice cream where the poo poo and pee pee go.
Yeah, if you're feeling good about it, don't yuck someone's yum.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a good time.
And that actually gives me an idea, because you know what? Here's the thing. Every time you go to a hospital, there's guys there, there's girls. Why don't we have a hospital just for the boys? Why don't we get a
Wow.
men's hospital? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
I like that.
you like that. Okay, you go with the TV every channel sports.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Totally.
The nurses are wearing a sort of form-fitting. You know what I'm talking about.
And when you get
Yeah.
better,
You
the
get
doctor says
brassieres.
achievement unlocked.
Yeah.
You know, that would
Yeah.
be cool.
Yeah, instead
Maybe
of
you
a
can game with the doctor
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
Yeah.
You know, you go to the hospital now, the doctor goes like, hey, you got to cut back on the red meat. You go to the
Yeah.
guy's hospital, you got to crank up the gaming. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
I got a
crank up the
prescription for you.
beer.
Two
Yeah.
beers.
A
and
shot.
2 beers, gaming with the boys. You'll be fine tomorrow. That broken leg will heal right up. Not the stuff they're telling you now. You're going to wear a cast. You're going to take Tylenol.
Totally. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
even want to get treatment because I go there and it's like these people don't get me.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm breaking something just to get in.
Yeah, and also
Yeah.
they should know about like guy anatomy and stuff. I go to the hospital,
Yeah.
they see me downstairs. They're like, "What even is that?"
Yeah,
they
yeah.
don't even know. I'm like, we should get specialized doctors who work on
Yeah.
guy genitalia.
Because it happens, hey, I got
Yeah.
my junk stuck, in
I mean, we're not,
In a shopping
something.
cart.
In a
Shopping cart,
My
yeah.
junk stuck.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to go. No offense,
Right.
to one of these. What do they call it? Gender neutral hospitals.
Totally.
No
They're not gonna know.
thanks.
And I hate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. And you don't go to the grocery store either, so it was like a shopping cart from like the street as well.
Yeah,
And it's
it
like-
was a person. So it was bringing, I guess, cans back to
Yeah.
return.
Yeah.
And I don't support that practice. I think this is
Yeah.
actually hurting our economy. The recycling is actually taking a dent out of the can manufacturer's
Right.
business.
Yeah.
So
You know what
I
I hate
support
too
that.
when
Yeah.
they're like, oh, you broke your spine. You need to take these pills or whatever. I just want like a bro doctor to be like, don't worry about it, hombre.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just like what happened to that mentality?
What about a
Yeah.
guy that
You're-
goes, hey, your spine's not broken. Have some pills anyway, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, you
That'd
should
be
be able
cool.
to party. They have all the pills there.
yeah.
Yeah, why be all stingy about it? Weird.
I know, just give 'em to me.
Just bro out.
Just give me a handful. Make it like Halloween. Trick or
Totally.
treat.
Yeah, we don't get to get official paperwork. Yeah.
Well, the only thing that's official is that guys are under attack in today's society. I think
Literally.
we've proven
It's
it.
true.
Yeah.
And now it's time for video reactions.
All right.
And Christian, do you want to kind
Yeah.
of move around? I just
Oh,
Yeah,
recorded it.
yeah. If you want to grab the mic out and
You can just
also.
Absolutely.
We're trying to go viral with
Mm-hmm.
some of these clips. So if you can like kind of
Yeah.
plan beforehand before we watch the video, like what sort of like
Mm-hmm.
Something
attitude perspective you're coming.
Just think
Yeah.
of something funny to say before we watch, because with the
Totally.
reaction content, it's you got to have. If we don't think of anything, it won't be.
Yeah, I'll go big and have like a maybe kind of a Subway take of sorts.
So what will your? Can you just tell me what your take is going to be? I just want to make sure it's going to be a good take.
Usually
Yeah.
I'm horny guy, so
Oh, you I was gonna do horny. Maybe my take could be like, maybe my take could be like, if we're gonna get tacos and then you had tacos the night before, we're still getting tacos. I don't care.
I like that.
I don't care if you had tacos the night before.
That is
Tacos
a
are
good
good.
take. That is a good take.
Yeah.
But just I think what we mean is when you see these videos,
Yeah.
do you have just something quick you could say to sound funny?
Oh,
As a reaction kind of
yeah.
comment. Like I've said in the past, I said, okay, that would not fly where I grew up. That's one.
Oh, that's pretty good. Maybe I could say, damn, he's gonna be messed up after that.
Okay, that's a good one.
That's
yeah.
good.
Okay, I'm going to do something different. Let me think of a good thing to say. I've said, bro, what? I've said that would not fly where I grew up. So now I'm going to say, take
okay, Nick?
take that BS to MySpace.
That's good.
Because
Let's do it.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I think a rib.
Wait, but I thought of another funny
I think
one.
a rib fell.
Save that BS for TikTok. I'll say that.
Maybe what about? I hope his grandma doesn't see that.
That's
a good
good.
one.
That's
Nick, you
really
want to do
grandma's
that one?
perspective.
Or are you going to do
I'm
horny
gonna
guy?
be horny guy.
Okay, I'm going to say, save that BS for TikTok.
Do you know if a rib can like fall out of place and like go down your
Yeah,
stomach?
but you
'Cause
have so many of
Easily.
them.
That's,
Yeah.
That's what I think just happened.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because it's like your teeth.
Yeah, it's kind of
It
okay.
regrows.
No, you
They
just
could
don't
be-
need that many. You have too many
Oh, okay.
anyway.
Yeah, just spit it out.
Yeah.
But it's like all the way down.
Oh, never mind then.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
just watch the video.
Let's just do the
All right. So this one's called Birthday FOMO.
Okay.
And this is one of these. This is sketch comedies. This is a sketch comedy.
Great. I love sketch comedy. I'm horny.
Oh, it's called When It's Your Big Brother's Birthday. And this is just for if you're not watching, you're only listening to the podcast. This is one of these things where it's a mom who plays the kids, who does all the parts of everybody in the family.
Mm-hmm. And guess what? I'm horny.
Yeah, she's making fun of how her kids act. There's a mom, and she's making fun of her kids by doing a sketch comedy.
I'm thinking I'd like to see the grandma's perspective.
And wait, what was my funny thing I'm going to say? Oh, save this BS for TikTok.
I like that.
Because this would be good on TikTok.
I'm horny.
It would do really well. Yeah.
I can't tell if I'm hard or if that's my rib.
You really got to get that checked out.
And it's playing again on a loop. But wait, did you say your thing yet? I forgot what your thing was.
My thing was like, I hope, I wonder what her grandma would think about this.
All right. Right. Actually, really, that's perfect.
Yeah, thank you.
You didn't even know what this was, and it worked perfectly because I was actually expecting there to be a fun, at the end, the sketch would end with a final elevation, we used to call it, of then she would come in with like a wig.
Yeah.
She's done the daughter, the mom, the son.
Right.
Let's see how it ends.
We're just missing a grandma. Not in my day. Maybe that could be a thing the grandma says.
Yeah, would have been great.
Kids these days, they're different. Yeah, that'd be nice.
I'm horny for FOMO.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, anyway, so it's just a lot of people complaining about their dumb kids asking for presents, and I can relate to that. Just my dumb ex-wife.
It gives me FOMO for having an older brother.
This
I never had one.
This next video is called "This Video Eliminates FOMO."
Oh, this will be really cool for people to see.
In less than a minute. And I got to warn you, unfortunately, it is also kind of a sketch comedy. But you're going to love it.
But maybe that eliminates FOMO in some way.
Because if you're having fun watching a sketch comedy, then you're not going to be missing anything. Mm-hmm. And what was my thing I'm going to say? Oh, save that BS for TikTok.
I'm horny.
And this guy...
I can't understand this guy,
he's pretending to be talking on two phones.
Yeah.
But one of them is his...
Yeah.
One of
it's a shoe. That's quite funny.
But I don't think that was supposed to be the joke.
I want to have sex with that sandal.
So he's... do you ever watch these old infomercials where they would put a thing in black and white? Like the thing that was bad? I think he's doing a satire of that.
Oh.
And I should describe what happened again.
One of my eyes actually is black and white now.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So there's a guy...
The tire kind of crushed it. Yeah.
Hey, Nick, we're trying to watch the video.
Yeah, sorry.
Can you not? Yeah.
There's a guy in an office, and he says he's... So this guy is trying to show that you don't have FOMO if you make plans on a paper.
Wow.
This is a sketch?
I don't know if this is a sketch or I think it's sort of more of a commercial. I think he's
for
promoting,
paper.
I really learned some good tips from SNL.
Yeah, that's all I go there for. Yeah. My life's so hard without their tips. Yeah.
I know what this is.
Yeah.
I've been on online for years. And here's what this is going on here. This guy is using... He isn't actually a comedian, but what he's doing is using humor to promote his business as some kind of like motivation.
And maybe to cope with his hard life. I'm kind of feeling that I'm distracted by his European accent.
Yeah, he sounds like he could be German or Swedish.
Yeah.
It could be fake, too.
Because it makes me think like, oh, this is kind of a German-Swedish perspective, which actually doesn't connect that much to my experience.
And this guy, and I relate to this, has tried a lot of different things to be motivation. He's done animated education videos.
Let's watch one more of his vids.
Or do you want to watch his education videos? Boys don't... I mean, what do you want to...
does he have anything about surviving a car accident and like how to...
Well,
yeah, he must have something. This guy's definitely been in hundreds of car accidents.
Yeah. He has a lot of videos. How to deal with ghosting. Boy, that would be a good topic, a funny topic.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah.
Ghosting's quite strange.
Don't be ashamed if you need a
Strange
break.
modern.
That might...
Don't be ashamed of where is it?
It's up there.
Or if you need a break. Yeah. Okay. So this is, again, I think he's motivational.
I'm hoping that this one starts with a funny joke, though.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's talking on the shoe again.
But
I like that.
He did not tag it as funny and movie. The last one got tagged.
What do you tag it as break?
Yeah, break, mental health work.
That sounds funny to me.
All right, and this is the last video we're going to watch.
Mm-hmm.
If you had a long and hard day at work today, you haven't spoken to your family, your friends, you didn't do anything
Yeah, perfect day to me. No talking to my family. Yes, I agree.
Battery? Does he mean like your phone, or what does he
No,
mean?
Yeah, I
bro.
don't understand.
He's talking about your social battery. So you don't get it because you're
That's
not an
interesting.
introvert like me. But introverts, we have social batteries. And when I have to be out of my house, getting out of bed, not at home with my doggo eating snackos, my social battery starts to drain. I don't want to talk to people. Earlier, we had a little incident where my computer battery was draining. And the same thing is
Right.
happening to me, having to talk to you guys because I'm not getting to sort of be alone.
So that's kind
in
of
my
like
covers.
when you hit me with a car and I was bleeding out. That was like kind of my life battery.
No, it's kind of like
was draining.
My car battery wasted while I had to sit there idling on the lawn while you're crying because I ran into you and I'm wasting. My car battery is draining, and this is
Right.
exactly
Yeah.
the thing I'm dealing with now.
Right. You both just needed rest in both scenarios.
That's true.
Yeah. You need to turn your car off and you
Yeah.
needed to just stop for a second.
I think another rib just fell.
Well, that actually
Where'd that one go?
brings a good point up to a good point about FOMO versus needing rest because I think we've gone on for how long? It seems pretty long, 37 minutes, which is pretty long. Christian, what do you think? What is, in the end of the day, what's more important, avoiding FOMO or getting some rest?
There's no way to really say because rest is so powerful, restorative. It clearly fixed this man's life. But I also think FOMO is a really powerful tool for going out. If I didn't have FOMO, there's so many amazing like baby showers, brisses, cool NASCAR races I would have missed. And, I met some of the best people in my life at those events.
Yeah.
And it's cool. You can kind of just wander into like any bris you see. And so it's awesome. And if I didn't have FOMO, I never would have done that.
And a bris, this is, if you're tuning in,
They chop off a
it's a
penis.
circumcision.
Yeah. It's a circumcision.
And-
yeah.
This is one thing that I'm kind of talking about that kind of goes back to the guys' corner thing.
Totally.
Do you know what I mean?
Guys
Yeah.
Corner Junior.
Guys' Corner Junior, trust me, I'd rather have a guy doing this. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
No offense to the great women in our medical profession, but if you're, let's leave this one to the boys.
We really
Yeah,
should
they
have.
just don't get it.
We should get
They
a
don't
Jewish
get it.
baby on the pod to talk about it.
Yeah, it's a great point.
Yeah,
How they
that'd be
felt
cool.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think FOMO. Sorry, it's just several of my ribs are just like falling down.
Ribs?
I can hear them.
Hey, well, you know what? Let me tell you
I
something.
kind of like it.
Well, you know when I hear the
it's
term.
good ASMR.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. As a guy, and I know we're off of guys' corner, but when I hear ribs, I'm not thinking, no offense to whatever allegedly happened in your body.
What are you thinking about?
I'm thinking of going to the BBQ.
Wow. You did not go there.
Yeah, and speaking of FOMO, I have fear of missing out on those piping hot ribs. I'm going to leave.
Okay.
Okay. Bye,
Well,
Tony.
thanks for tuning in to How to Be Ribs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Yeah. Godspeed.
I wasn't really going to leave, though, because I have to, because of the stop of the recording.
Yeah.
But,
Right. I was getting worried for a second.
yeah, because
Yeah.
otherwise, then we'll run out of hard drive space. All right.
Yeah.
And we're done.